welcome back to more of my survival world. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Last time I kind of just got the area fixed up and ready to go for the world download link, which was provided in my most recent just video in general. It was the first 500 days in this world. The way that video works is that it was just like episodes 1 to 8, just back to back to back. I kind of explained that in the beginning of the video as well. But in the description of that video, there is a world download link. So if you'd like to go and, explore this world a little bit more in depth at your own time, do your own thing, you can go and access the world download link in the description of my last video. Last episode, I didn't add any new buildings or anything. I was kind of just mainly focused on getting this area ready just for that world download link. So we have like a connecting path everywhere now. It's detailed a little bit of a different detail depending on where you are in my little civilization. Like over towards the apiary, there's more flowers and some rooted dirt. Over here by the mine entrance, there's a little bit more stone, all that fun stuff. And then also I have a pathway going all the way to the council hall, which has also been slightly decorated. I changed the exterior a little bit. There is now like this kind of entrance. And on the inside now, we have all the YouTube members displayed on this like red backdrop. And I think it looks pretty cool. We have like 2 full walls completely done with YouTube members. I have to add a couple more as well here in a minute. And then we have 2 empty walls over here. And I can kind of just extend this back pretty much forever. I mean, this is a huge mountain, back this way. So I should be able to go in that direction for as long as I really need to. I will get to naming these YouTube members here very shortly. But there's a little bit I want to do first. So as you can see, I am level 30. And I would like to enchant something, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. I don't feel like running all the way up to the wizard tower to show you guys, but on my iron sword right now, I'm guaranteed looting 3. I would love to get that on a diamond sword, but the problem is I don't have any more diamonds. So I'm gonna have to go mining again. So once again, we're gonna start an episode off with a mining trip. I really hope I don't end up dying. That would be incredibly unfortunate. I do have all level 30 enchanted diamond armor on right now though, so realistically I shouldn't die. I'll try not to be too risky. I'm not going to go challenge a warden like I did a couple episodes ago. I think that would be dumb even with this armor. I'm going to head off in this direction, though. I haven't really been down here to mine too much. I went in here a little bit, but I kind of want to just keep going this way. I'm going to check out this cave down here. The council hall is like directly above me, like the floor of it, as you can see like here with the deep slate. So while I was carving this out, kind of unearthed this cave. And it looks like it might go down deeper over here. There's a lot of coal and stuff in these walls, but I don't really need that at the moment. I just want to see if I can get down to diamond level relatively quickly, though I will have to light this up because quite a big space, a lot of mobs, no bueno. And since I'm fighting this Enderman right now, I kind of want to go over a quick Enderman tip. If you didn't know this, if you stare at the Enderman like straight in the face, they won't charge you. Obviously, this is how you anger them, but if you just hold eye contact, they won't run at you. So if you're in like a tough situation, you don't have like good armor or a shield or anything, and you accidentally like aggro an Enderman, staring at them straight in the face could definitely help. That could be useful in pretty specific situations, but good to know. I do want to get to some more questions here as well. Answer like 5 or so more. But let me kind of get down to a good spot first, and then I'll work on that, because answering questions while I'm running around here might not be the best idea. It'll take a little bit of my focus away. That's kind of all it takes to die to a creeper, you know? That's an ancient city over there. I'm not going that way. I'm going to go this way. There's a spawner here. Oh, that's actually really useful. That's pretty close to my base. This could be a decent experience farm and also just a way to get a lot of bones. Okay, that's useful. And this looks like it kind of keeps going down. Nice. Let me check out these chests, and then I will try to remember these coordinates. I'll just take a screenshot of them. Anything good in here? So we got a name tag. I have a couple of those left over now, which is pretty nice. Honestly, don't care about the redstone or the wheat or the saddle, if I'm being honest here. Not great chests, but at least we have a spawner. I'm really only here to find diamonds at the moment. Oh, there's another spawner. That's cool. I'm only here to find diamonds at the moment, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of passing up everything else. I got a couple music discs, got 2 cat music discs. Always take some cat. Lure 2, not great. Though I think, what do I have on my fishing rod now? I think I have lure 3, so I don't actually think I need this at all. I'll still take it, whatever. There's no harm. And that keeps getting spooky. Okay, so we're gonna turn back. I'm gonna play this as smart as I possibly can. I'm not taking any risks, dude. I'm so tired of dying and losing all my stuff. So I'm gonna hopefully play this as smart as possible. Though sometimes your boy's a little stupid. But aren't we all, you know? Aren't we all just a little stupid sometimes? That's spooky again. I'm turning around. I'm not, not even getting close. Okay, I think I'm in a pretty good spot though where I can start answering some questions finally. First question here is from Drew. And they ask, do I have plans for some more live content? I don't have any like specific plans. I don't really have like a streaming schedule or even really like an upload schedule or recording schedule. I'm pretty relaxed when it comes to a lot of like the content that I make. I sort of just do it whenever I can like get around to it, you know? So in that regard, yeah, I have some plans. I would like to stream again. I've streamed this world like twice, I want to say. I don't stream too often. I do prefer making videos like way more than streaming, like for sure. But I have enjoyed the few streams that I've had in this world so far. Just fun to connect with you all. Like the fishing stream was really chill. I'll probably do some of those in the future again. Just trying to do like the small menial things in this game while streaming, I think is probably what I will do. Is this one of those really big iron veins? I think there's a chance that it is. There's some tough and some iron just chilling here. If that's the case, I need to mine this out at some point. Probably not right now. Or is that just kind of coincidental? I think it's just coincidental. Darn. Yeah, that would have been nice. Okay, whatever. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. Next up, we got Brain Bonkers 12. They have a question not quite related to the video. How do you commentate while playing games? They've tried it, but their commentary is decent at best. Any tips on how to improve? It would be highly appreciated. When I started like trying to commentate over games, it was kind of rough for me too. I think it just kind of comes with like just with experience, right? Like just the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get talking about things and the less like tripped up you'll get on your words. I still get tripped up all the time. You guys have no idea how much I cut out of these things. I mean, like maybe you do. I mean, if you make content, you probably know, but like I cut out so many different times where I'm stuttering or just didn't like how I said a word in particular. Like it just kind of comes with time. I've been trying to cut out less specifically in this series, just trying to make it feel a little bit more natural, you know? But you know, I started off making really bad commentaries on like Call of Duty videos and Madden videos and stuff back in the day. I eventually got kind of used to it just by doing it more and more. Eventually you'll get more just confident with, you know, speaking on camera and stuff like that, and you'll get more used to like hearing your own voice. That was a big thing for me too. It just felt weird to like edit and hear my own voice, but you'll just get more used to it with time. I know it's a pretty bogus like piece of advice, but it's kind of true. And this feels like a strip mine or something. Where am I going? This is weird. But yeah, anyway, I hope that's some advice that you can take from this. Just kind of just keep making videos. Just keep going. Your commentary will very likely get better. Yeah, I think I'm going to resurface. I'm going to grab some of this iron on the way up, though. May as well grab some coal, too. There's a lot of torches in this cave, and I'm probably going to need to make some more. Third question here is by good old Fed. F-E-D-E? Feedy? Fed? I don't know. But they ask, how long have I been doing YouTube and if it's full-time yet? I'll answer the second part first. It is not full-time at the moment. I'd love it to be, but just is not currently, financially, you know. And how long have I been doing YouTube for? My first YouTube video was posted in 2013 on my other YouTube channel, just called I'm Shram. That's the one where I mainly uploaded Madden, but I've kind of said this earlier, but I started with Call of Duty. That was the first game franchise I ever uploaded. I played a whole lot of COD growing up. Got pretty good at it too, not gonna lie. And like pretty much everyone else who tried to get into YouTube around the same time I did, I just kind of followed the trend of uploading Call of Duty videos. A lot of them are very bad. Many of them have been taken down by me. They're quite bad videos, but they're still really funny to look back on to me. Some of these videos I still watch with my friends, my IRL friends to this day, because, you know, they're featured in them and just kind of like really funny videos to look back on just because of how bad they are. So if you want to check those out, I mean, they're on my original channel, I'm Shram. But I uploaded COD for a couple years, and then I took like a year break, a year and a half or so, like my freshman year of college. I took kind of completely off, and then I was able to start recording again and uploading again. I want to say my sophomore year, I think. That was when I kind of transitioned into Madden, got a little bit of, you know, popularity on that. I got a shout out from Bangle, if anyone watches Madden. They might know who Bangle is, good old Gene Dangus. Got a shout out from him. Still massively appreciate that. He was like the reason why I got any kind of traction on that game. That was really fun while it lasted. That kind of just grew old to me though, and then, you know, switched over to Minecraft. I know you didn't ask for like my career path here on YouTube, but figured I would give some more information. Thank you very much, though, for the question. And quickly, before I go back to any other caves, I'm going to enchant a diamond sword. I got 2 diamonds, so I can make one. That's actually all the questions that I had remaining on that episode. Look at me. I got through them all. So that means you can leave questions down below on this video, and I can continue doing these Q&A segments if I get enough. But thank you, everyone, for the questions. I hope I answered them sufficiently enough. I am still going to continue mining, though. The interior of this building definitely needs to be worked on at some point, too. I don't know when I want to do that. I just kind of don't want to at the moment. Please be looting 3. Oh, yes, it is. That is huge. Smite. Oh, that's awful. Smite 4, looting 3. I'll keep it for the looting, but man, that's tragic. Whatever. I'm going to continue hitting the caves. I do want to find just some more diamonds and stuff in general. And then once I get back, I will name all the YouTube members, and I will also name our 2 new friends. Well, they're not really friends. They'd hurt me if given the opportunity. I captured this is a thunderstorm. I captured a zombie and a skeleton on Halloween. They both have a pumpkin on their head. And I asked last time for name suggestions. I got a whole bunch in the comments, so I'll pick a couple of those.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I entirely forget to name the zombie and the skeleton right after I go caving. I remember near the end of the episode, but something kind of interesting happens then, and you know, I won't spoil it now.
Hey, look at this. Smite. Actually working. I can one-shot zombies. That's pretty decent. Really loud thunder, though. Jeez. Water bucket clutch. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm so good at this game. Can I one-shot skeletons too? I can. Oh, there's a big cave. This is gonna get overwhelming pretty quick. Okay, let me just try to beeline it down to deep slate level. That's the plan. Hi, creepers. Hello. How's it going? Hey, hi. How you doing? Oh god, I gotta jump. Whoa! I landed that one. Under pressure, I'm better. Oh, this is looking promising. This is looking nice and promising. Also quite dangerous. There's diamonds right here. Sweet. There's also more diamonds over there. And over there. Awesome. Wait, that really only gave me 3 diamonds? Man, I need Fortune 3 bad. Alright, here. If I see 6 diamonds after this, I'm going to be so upset. Alright. That wasn't that bad. That gave me 5. I'm just not cool enough to make that jump, I guess. Oh, it's a trial chamber. Wait, that's awesome. I actually wanted to try to find one of these soon. So that is sick. Yeah, I'll definitely be coming back to this area sometime in the future. Trial chambers are an incredible source of copper. And honestly, like, diamonds and stuff, too. If you break the pots, you can get, like, diamond blocks and stuff. It's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna take a really small peek in. Just to see what it's looking like. Oh, it's this room here. Okay. It's the breeze room. I'm not going to worry about this right now. This cave doesn't really go too much further down. Like, it kind of does in some spots, but there's a lot of deep dark around here, so I might resurface here in a minute. 24 diamonds isn't all that bad. I just decided here to resurface with my 24 diamonds. That's not too many, but it's more than enough to, you know, repair my tools a little bit and make anything else that I would need to make at the moment. I do think the next time I need diamonds, I'm probably just going to strip mine for them. I don't really like doing that. I still prefer going in caves, but at this point in the world, I think I'd rather just strip mine. Caves are like way more fun to explore early game, in my opinion, and we are approaching like the mid-game point, so I feel like just finding diamonds that way isn't too bad going forward here. That means I will have to finish off the mining building and actually make it completely functional, but obviously I don't mind doing that at all. I'm gonna make 3 things at the moment right now. I'm gonna make some boots, a sword, and a pickaxe. And I think I'll also disenchant my helmet and my chest piece. Because I really want unbreaking on those. They're actually breaking fairly quickly, especially the chest piece, because there's no unbreaking on it and it has thorns. So let me go ahead and disenchant those really quickly, and now let's see what I want my next enchant to be. Nothing seems good right now, so I think I'm just gonna roll like a pickaxe or something. Let's see what we get. Just efficiency 4. I'm gonna disenchant that. We do get prot 4 in the chest piece next. I'll probably take that. I do think I'm also going to finally combine these bows together to make a really good bow. So power 5, punch 2, unbreaking 3. I also have an infinity book at home. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I have a really good bow now, so that's super nice. Like, finally. It's taken me so long to do that. Here's my infinity book. Cool. I'm gonna put that onto the bow, and then I'll actually start taking this thing around with me everywhere. Power 5, Punch 2, Unbreaking 3, and Infinity. I do have 6 more YouTube members to name, and I am level 5. So I think I'm just gonna fish for a little while, gain some experience that way. Because there's actually a couple other things I would like to do. Like, I want to repair my shovel and maybe some of my armor. Probably not some of my armor. I don't really want to repair unenchanted diamond armor, but my shovel for sure. I want to probably combine this with just like a regular shovel. And then probably my pickaxe as well. Let's go to this lily pad over here, next to my boys Bjorn and Rut. I have 1 hour and 28 minutes until my girlfriend gets home from work. I think I honestly might just fish that whole 1 hour and 28 minutes, I'm not gonna lie. So I'll see you guys when I either catch something cool, or if I get incredibly unlucky, I'll just see you guys in like 1.5 hours. There's another really good book. Efficiency 4, Knockback 2, Bane of Arthropods. I don't really care about the top 2, but Efficiency 4, it's not bad at all. I also got this book earlier, Looting 2, Respiration 3. The Respiration's cool, I guess, but nothing crazy there. And I suppose that Looting 2 could be pretty decent. Like, let's say I enchant a sword, or just find a really, really good sword that only has Looting 2 on it, then that would kind of make it perfect, you know? Still no mending book, but I'm definitely trying. This is gonna be the last thing I reel in. I can smell it. I can feel it. This is a mending book. Mending book. Mending book. Nope, that's a fish. Unfortunate, no mending book, but still. I'm level 24 now. That should be more than enough to name all of the recent YouTube members and also to heal up my tools a little bit. I didn't point this out when I caught it, but I did get another pretty ridiculous bow. Power 4, Unbreaking 3. I have a bunch of really good bows, though it doesn't matter at all because, you know, I just got like this god bow. Still, though, kind of cool to point out. Allow me to introduce the new YouTube members. We have Seaburn40, Acacia Trapdoor. We have Shay Davis. We have Brownie345. They're each a piece of dirt, a different kind. Rooted dirt for Shay and coarse dirt for Brownie. We got Andrew Goring? I don't know how to pronounce that. I feel like it's like Garing or something. The reason why I think it's Garing is because there's a player on the Raiders named Trayvon Merrig. He's a safety, and it's kind of spelled similarly. It's M-O-E-H-R-I-G, and it's pronounced Merrig. So maybe Garing? I don't know. That's my guess. Anyway, he's a piece of just regular terracotta. And then we have Kitty Cat Kalala as a spruce fence gate. That was off to the side for some reason, so now it's now it's looking like that. And then also, last but not least, we have Zacky Poo Poo, finally named after a coral block. So a wandering trader stopped by a little while ago. I actually didn't get this, on a recording, but he stopped by and he was selling some like the flame coral, whatever that is. So I bought some for good old Zacky Poo Poo. So I don't actually have to go and find one of those biomes myself. I still want to find one. Those are actually one of my favorite biomes in this game, probably. But for the time being, that should be good. There are still 2 other YouTube members that I need to get blocks for, but let me show off the signs I made for them, just so I can at least shout them out. I'm talking about Alpha531, who wants to be named after a dragon head, so I have to go to the end for that, and I'll do that sometime in the future. And then Jacob Reilinger wants to be changed to Amethyst. I should have just got an Amethyst block while I was in the caves. I found a couple different geodes, so it would have been pretty easy to do. But yeah, anyway, I have to go ahead and get that, and there's still these 2 up there that I'll have to work towards at some point. But at least you are in the world, right? you're on a sign in the world. I hope that's good enough for now. I will obviously though get to your blocks at some point. Now though, really quick, let me just heal up some of my tools, and then we can kind of start working on the main build for the episode. Just gonna go ahead and make another shovel and just fully repair my diamond shovel. It's cheaper than just using diamonds because this would take like, what, 3 diamonds, whereas making a shovel just takes 1. And there goes that anvil. Hold on. And then for the pickaxe, looks like it's just going to need another full pickaxe worth of diamonds to repair. It's fine. It's definitely worth it. The armor I'm still going to hold off on for a little while, but at least our tools are looking pretty good. These should certainly be good enough for the build I have planned today. I'm hoping I don't need to repair these soon. I will probably start thinking about getting mending in the pretty near future. Either next episode or the following one. I'll probably start working with some villagers. I really wanted to fish one up as like my first mending of the world, but it just doesn't seem like it's in the cards. I did fish up like a mending fishing rod, so kind of works that way. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but I do want to get mending here in the near future. I'm kind of tired of repairing stuff with diamonds at the moment, so I think it's probably just about time. Though right now, I want to start preparing for the main build of this episode, which is, of course, the Nether portal, which is going to go kind of over yonder. I should have a decent collection of stone, just from mining out like the council hall last episode. I think I have at least an entire double chest of cobblestone, then one more layer up there. I have like 2.5 stacks of regular stone, a little bit of andesite down here. Probably going to need more of both of those. And then I'm thinking I'll probably use some deep slate that I need to smelt down. I'll probably use some like basalt as well, so I'll gather that once I go into the Nether. Just kind of like the regular shading that I've been using for a lot of things. I'll also need some tuff as well. How much of that do I actually have? Not too much. Okay, so I'm gonna have to gather some tuff for sure. So I think what I'm gonna do is just continue this mine going all the way down. Maybe extend it to diamond level. I don't know if I'll get that far, but I want to extend this mine going all the way down at least to deep slate level, so then I can gather deep slate very easily whenever I need it. And then also tuff, because it's, you know, in the same area. So let me go ahead, work on that for a little bit. Yeah, so I have zero idea why this happened, but my replay mod recording just won't load for like the half an hour that I was mining out this staircase. I mined it down pretty far. It goes pretty nicely into deep slate territory now. But more importantly, I found a lot of nice stuff that I kind of wanted to show off in the replay mod recording. The first of these things is a spawner, and it's just over this way. We have a zombie spawner here now, fairly close to our base, which is pretty interesting. And I also found actually quite a bit of diamonds. In that cave that I was in, there was a bunch, and then also just as I was mining down through the deep slate, I found a couple pockets. I'm recording all this right now after the whole video has already been recorded, so I have to be kind of careful what I show, I guess, at this point. Anyway, though, at this current point, I have 43 diamonds, but I think when I finished mining the staircase down a little bit more, this was closer to a stack. It might have been even over a stack, I don't remember exactly. But I've used a couple diamonds since, and yeah, I have 43 left over currently. I really wanted to show myself finding all those diamonds, but oh well. This is what happens sometimes. I hate adding new mods to my game sometimes because it can turn into being like the most annoying process of all time. I just spent like an hour and a half working on my mods, all because I wanted to get dynamic lights. What that means is like the torch I'm holding right now is emitting light around me. That's it. That's all it means. It's a really cool mod. I've been meaning to add this for a while, but it just is so frustrating because if everything's not the same version, it'll all become like incompatible, and then you have to figure out a bunch of workarounds. It stinks. Also, I'm realizing that I forgot to download continuity again, so the windows look like this. I'll fix that probably the next time I play if I can remember. I'm really annoyed with how long that took, so I don't want to download any more mods at the moment. I just want to start building. But yeah, as you can see, like when I'm running around, it's actually lighting up the area around me. This is just a nice like quality of life mod, especially if I'm in caves and it's pretty dark. I can just pull a torch out and you guys can at least see what I'm looking at a little bit. I've wanted to have this for a while, like I said. I just haven't gotten around to it just because of how annoying it can be just adding new mods. Anyway, I'm back here and I gathered a lot of materials. So I have over a stack of obsidian. I hope that's enough for the portal I want to build. I honestly don't know how big just like the base portal is going to be, but over a stack should hopefully be enough. I also have a whole bunch of stones. I mean, I don't really need any more cobblestone. I didn't really actually gather any of that. I dug a lot of this out though. I don't want to go all the way down. Yeah, I don't want to go all the way down. But I got through to deep slate level. And I don't even know, maybe like negative 30 something down there at the deepest point. So I can mine deep slate in massive excess. I can mine a lot of tuff. That's what I spent a lot of time doing. So we have a decent amount of cobbled deep slate. I did smelt down a lot of it too. I think that's right here. Yeah, so the regular deep slate, I have a couple stacks of that. And then also, where's my tuff chest? I think it's over here. Yeah, I have a couple stacks of tuff as well. And then I also smelted up a bunch of cobblestone, so we have even more regular stone to work with. I think this should be enough. It's enough for a start, at least. I might want to come back through and retexture with a couple different things. I should have some andesite lying around as well. I could use some gravel. I could use some light gray wool, potentially, as some, like, super highlights. but I kind of want to see what the shape is looking like first. And once I get that completely down, then, you know, I can run back through and texture with some more stuff. So now I want to prep this build site a little bit more because it looks awful. I feel like having the pathway like veer to the left right here and then just go up a couple levels would be ideal. Maybe I'll clear out everything to like this level here that I'm currently on. And I'll smooth out the terrain to make the incline a little bit more gradual. But that's probably my best approach here. Because I want this to be like up high a little bit. I think it'll be like pretty cool. It'll look very grand if I have it that way. And thankfully I have a really good shovel, so this shouldn't actually take that long. But just gonna set up my little temporary workstation right here, unload my inventory just a little bit, and then I can just start digging and I can just fully prep this this build site here. I cleaned this area up just a little bit. We have a flatter spot now to start working on. The portal's gonna be like probably central to right here. Like right around there or something. I want to be able to see it from the pathway. I did raise this up quite a bit though, so might have to be actually pretty tall. Maybe it'll have to be like up here. I think that might actually be a little bit better. Maybe not the full thing just completely up there, but it might have to peak up that high. It just might have to be a huge portal, but that's fine. I have a lot of obsidian. It shouldn't really be a problem. I do think I'm gonna put some kind of retaining wall here to hold this area up, because then maybe I can just flatten off some space on top here and put like a tower or something. Eventually that could look kind of nice next to the nether portal build. And also I should be able to probably connect up like this retaining wall over here that I was talking about with the one that's by my house, if I kind of just follow it like that. But I do want to fill in this entire gap still, but it would probably be wise to get the nether portal, just the obsidian, down first. And then I can kind of sculpt the mountain around it, you know? So let me go grab all the obsidian that I have, and hopefully I don't misplace too much of this, because that's going to be annoying. I think that'll work, because you should see a decent amount of that when you're just walking through the pathway. And I think that pop of just purple inside the mountain here is going to be really, really cool. And then as you go up, it should just get even more grand. I also only have 12 pieces of obsidian left, so I honestly can't even make it much bigger. I actually do think I'm going to make the portal a little bit taller. Destroying my previous nether portal should give me enough obsidian to raise it up just a little bit. I raised up the portal by a couple blocks, and I think that is a good size now. Yeah, okay, this thing's going to be huge. But I am so about this. I think this is going to look so good when it's done. Can this be lit? It absolutely can. Awesome. Now I should probably shape out the mountain a little bit more. And I think I'm going to do that with like mainly cobblestone. Just so I can get the exact shape I want. And then I'll run back through and texture everything. So just in my stone storage here, let me grab up pretty much all the cobblestone I can fit into my inventory, I think. This is going to take a lot. Probably not this much, but it's going to take quite a bit of cobblestone. And I think I would be horrible at trying to commentate through this. So I'll work for a little while, try to figure out what kind of shape I like, and then I'll be back to explain my thought process. I think I have a shape that I am mostly comfortable with for now. The main goal of putting down all this cobblestone was kind of just to like cover up the nether portal. Like I don't want to see any of the obsidian really. I mean, I'll still see it over here, but you kind of can't really avoid that. I can move it back a block, but I kind of don't want to do that. Maybe I'll just put more cobblestone here. I'm not sure yet, but it's mostly hidden. You won't really see the obsidian too much unless you really look for it. And I also wanted to have a bunch of sections hanging down here from the top. Obviously, we're going to texture this a lot, and it's going to look way better than, you know, just all this cobblestone. Could probably have some leaves kind of trickling down. Doesn't make too much sense, honestly, considering this is a snowy mountain, but it doesn't really matter that much. I think the shape is looking pretty good. Definitely some, like, finer touches need to be put in. I do have these little, like, pockets that go back pretty far, and I'm excited to detail these, because I'm going to put a whole bunch of, like, deep slate in the middle there and basalt and stuff. And then I think that's going to really, really darken up those spots, and it's going to look really cool. There's kind of another one back here. I can even push this back a little bit further. I have a little bit of depth to work with over here as well. It's going to sell like the cliff kind of overhanging effect that I'm going for. I think this build's going to be a good one, man. I'm excited to continue going here. Quick intermission here with the build. I want to see if I can get up to level 30 by destroying these furnaces. I feel like I haven't done it in a little while, so let's see what I get. I can absolutely get up to level 30, and I only mined 3 of them. Sweet, let me go enchant something, and then I'll see if I can get back up here again. I have Prot 4 on something now, right? Yeah, on the chest piece, and also the helmet. I'll do the chest piece. Just Prot 4 is a little bit unfortunate, but it's alright. Back up to level 30 once more, and I actually have 2 more furnaces that I can mine, so I'll be pretty close after mining those once I enchant something else here. Unbreaking 3 in the chest plate, I'm just going to take. Okay, so Prot 4 and Unbreaking 3 we can get just by combining those 2, which is certainly not that bad. Let's check a couple more things once more. Prot 4 in the boots, but I already have that, right? I do. I'm really just looking for feather falling there. Prot 4 in the helmet, so we can get a full set of Prot 4 armor, which is really nice. And we may as well check a book. Sharpness 3. No. Just going to commit to Prot 4 on the helmet here. It's only Prot 4. My enchants with the helmet and the chest piece have been fairly unlucky in this world so far. But let me combine these 2 for 4 levels. My next enchant is Silk Touch on the pickaxe. I love that. So that is incredibly useful. I think the only thing I would take over that would be Feather Falling. And it's piercing. Okay, cool. So my next enchant, if I can remember, is going to be a pickaxe. I'm just going to repair up my helmet with some diamonds. And then I'll also repair up my leggings and my boots. And there we go. My set of diamond armor is pretty much fully repaired. Who needs mending? So anyway, with that distraction kind of out of the way now, I'm going to go through and start texturing up some of this stone. I need to go grab my deep slate. I forgot about that. But let me show you the techniques I'm going to be using. It'll be very similar to what we've been using in this world so far with the retaining walls, but I'll kind of just texture up a few like small spots of this mountain, and then I can kind of just extrapolate that throughout the whole build. I'm going to start with this section over here on the left that is very dark. And this is where I'm definitely going to throw in some of this deep slate and the basalt and whatnot. So the darkest block I'm going to use is this basalt. Every block here that is touching this basalt, I'm going to sprinkle in some deep slate. And then the blocks that are touching the deep slate will just be some regular tuff. And then also with this tuff here, I can work in some mossy cobblestone. I think tuff and mossy cobblestone blend together really, really well. And then I can eventually work this into some moss as well. Once again, though, every block that's touching this moss, gonna make sure to put some mossy cobblestone. And that's essentially what it's gonna look like at the end of the day. So I'm gonna utilize this exact technique for all of like the darker shaded areas. So like under here, I'll do the same thing. Let me pop into free cam for a second. Over here, I'm gonna do the same thing. That should just darken everything up a little bit compared to the rest of the stone. I could also even incorporate like black stone into like the darkest sections. That'll look pretty good maybe, but I think I'm just gonna rock with this for now. I can always roll back through with some black stone if I want. So that's the main idea for like the bottom sections here and that one section over there. Let me kind of texture one of the brighter spots just to kind of show off that technique. So the brighter sections will be mainly at the top here. And the brightest block up here is going to be this andesite. Every block that is touching this andesite, I'm going to put some regular stone. A lot of this will be covered up with snow, but it'll be fine. And then I kind of already have this set up, but every block that's touching this stone, I'm going to put cobblestone. And it's a pretty small patch, but that's what it's going to look like. As I pop back here, you can kind of see that the andesite is just a slight shade lighter than the stone. It acts as a very subtle highlight, but I really like it. So those are the main 2 techniques I'm going to be using all over this place. So let me run through and do this everywhere, and then I'll be back to detail this thing even more. This build is in a pretty cool spot right now. I think it looks mostly really nice. There's still some more stuff I want to do to it. Like, I think I want to put some leaves, at least near the bottom, like close to where the moss is, maybe hanging down from the top. The only reason I'm hesitant to do that is because like this is a snowy mountain. I'm not sure how much sense it actually makes to have leaves like flowing down from the top, but it would look nice. I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll just hang a couple here and there, but it looks really cool, I think, especially with the portal lit. Like that's just a cool little vibe with this view as well of like the council hall over here. I think that actually looks really cool. And then directly behind the portal, instead of just having that fully exposed cave, can't really see it too well. But I kind of just have a gradient of basalt to deep slate to tuff. And I would show you from this side, but this side's all cobblestone. So kind of difficult to see, but I just wanted to have a flat surface over there. I think this area looks pretty cool right now. Once we get more snow in this area, it'll actually cover up the top here, so it'll blend in a little bit better. But as for right now, This is a pretty cool looking portal. And as you can also see, I kind of outlined where the retaining wall is going to extend to. I don't know exactly what I'm going to put actually on top of this area. I'm thinking like a tower could look kind of cool there at some point in the future. I don't think I'll add anything now. I think I'll just kind of prep the area for it. A tree there could also look kind of cool. So maybe I'll make like a weeping willow tree there. I kind of wanted to put one next to this pond. I mean, I still could. So maybe I'll practice by putting one right next to the nether portal. I actually think that's a good idea. I'm gonna go that route. Let's just commit to that. And look at this. Look at this. Some guy passed through. But yeah, this is mostly done. There's probably a couple just extra pieces of decoration, like I said. Maybe some leaves kind of hanging around. I could even like throw some stairs in a couple places. I do have some slabs every so often. Like there's a slab here, right underneath that cobblestone block. A couple slabs in over here to make this like organic looking shape. But there's no stairs. I only went through with slabs and full blocks. Let me actually begin by throwing in some stairs. I don't want to go like overkill with it, but I think a couple here and there will be definitely useful. I may run back through again and throw in some walls too. There's just so many different kinds of stone that it's difficult to do everything at once. So that's why I only did like the full blocks and the slabs at first. I'm going to take it in stages. So we'll do the stairs now, and then I'll run back through with some walls, and then probably some extra foliage. And then honestly, at that point, I feel like the build will be essentially done. I'll just have to work on the retaining wall and the tree and stuff, but the nether portal itself will be pretty much done. I don't want to go overkill with these stairs, but I do just want to toss in a couple just to make the shape look a little bit more unique. And up top here, I don't really think I'm going to put any stairs. I want this mainly covered in snow. So I'm going to just leave it full blocks, I think. You're not going to really see up top there anyway, so I don't think it's a problem. I honestly don't even think I changed the shape all that much, but just a couple different places for stairs. You really can't even see the difference. I'll run back through with walls, and you probably also won't be able to see the difference. These walls actually made a decent difference. Like, it makes the little, like, spikes sticking down a little bit pointier. And I like that, and it shapes out the side a little bit better. Couple walls there to kind of break up that transition. At this point then, I am comfortable with the shape of this portal, so let me go grab some leaves, and I can just try to sprinkle in a couple of those. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't really want to go overkill, because just don't really feel like it makes too much sense having a lot of foliage up there. But I think just a couple leaves kind of draping over will help out a lot. I grabbed some acacia and oak leaves, and also these mangrove roots. Don't know if I'm going to use any of the mangrove roots, but I feel like I could try to throw them around like the outside. I don't typically use these blocks. I feel like I can't get like a good effect out of them, but might be worth a shot here. So yeah, at least around these like mossy bits, I am going to throw just a couple of leaves kind of just chilling about. Also working some oak leaves here just to kind of change up the texture a little bit. Oak leaves and acacia leaves are very similar colors. The texture is just a tad different, so gonna work in some of these. And maybe like under here more, I can get some of these like mangrove roots kind of chilling. I just don't really feel like I like what these look like too much. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good here. This right side, there's a little bit of moss, so I kind of just like outlined it with leaves. And I think that looks pretty cool. And you know what? Those little mangrove roots down there, they look okay. Kind of darkens up that area. Looks like patches of like mud or something. I'm gonna put a little bit of leaves kind of falling down from the top here. I just think that's going to look nice from far away. I don't really care how much sense this makes. And I think with those leaves, this is going to be the final design for this portal. Of course, though the video is not over quite yet, I still want to work on this retaining wall and build a tree. I haven't forgotten. But to take a small break from placing down a whole lot of stone blocks, considering I'm going to have to do that as well here with the retaining wall, I'm going to cut away at this little hill. I think I'm going to level it all off to right here. And just have a nice big platform chilling right here. And then we'll have like a little step up. This pathway will probably connect now behind the house and then have like a little stairway going up. I'll work it out somehow, but let me get a nice big platform up here. And that's going to be where the tree for this episode goes, of course. I'm so glad I now finally have like really good tools and stuff, because this didn't really take long at all. I now have this like really flat area up here. Also, I just put down a cobblestone retaining wall, kind of doing what I have done everywhere else. I always start with just cobblestone, then I go back through and texture it. And then I also threw a retaining wall up here. I don't know if I'll keep going. I honestly have no idea, because I love the look of the mountain. I don't really want to continually shave this off and put a retaining wall. I think that would make it look a lot worse. So maybe I'll only go like up to here. And even then, I don't know what I'm going to put here. I think the idea of having like a village in this mountain could be kind of cool. I just don't know if I'll be able to pull it off. Like I can have a bunch of buildings like sticking out of the mountain, being like held up by like stilts or something. There's probably a more technical word for that other than stilts, but you get the idea. I can just have a bunch of these buildings sticking out of the mountain. I think that could be kind of cool with like pathways connecting everything. I don't want to say I'm going to do that for sure, but that's like on the back burner. Maybe that's something I can do. And I think this could be a good start with the retaining wall and stuff. Like I can have a stairway going up and then looping around. Anyway, that's not the point of of this project here. I am going to go back through with this retaining wall now though and just retexture it like I've done everywhere else. And you know, you've seen this all a million times. So I'm probably just going to cut away until I'm done. I might texture this and detail this a little bit more than usual. I've been receiving some comments of people suggesting that I put like walls and put like stairs and slabs and stuff in the retaining walls. You know, mine are pretty flat at the moment. And I do agree. I think I should probably do that in some spots. And I'm going to employ that here. I do honestly like what the flat retaining walls look like. I genuinely like just working with the shading of the walls. But I feel like over here, this area could be kind of cool to have some more like rocks and boulders and stuff and you know, to make it look not as neat. I think that fits the vibe with like the Nether portal build we have. So let me go ahead and detail all of this and I'll be back to kind of explain my thought process. It's tree building time, folks. But first, look at the wall. It's not completely flat. I added some texture and like some depth variation and I think it looks pretty good. Looks a little bit more worn down, but that was kind of the plan. But along with doing this, I also went ahead and gathered a lot of materials. I gathered a lot of mangrove leaves and a couple pieces of mangrove wood. I gathered some spruce, like all of my spruce I harvested, along with some acacia leaves and a couple acacia logs. All those materials are right here in this chest, like the bottom half. And this is what I'm going to use to make this weeping willow tree right up there. I keep thinking about this. I was kind of like worried to make this tree for two reasons. One reason, I've never built one of these before, so I'm worried it's not going to go well. And the second reason is because like, you know, this is a snowy mountain. Doesn't really make all that much sense to have one here. But then I thought about it a little bit more and I kind of don't care. It's Minecraft, you know, I can do whatever I want in this world. And what I want to do is put a weeping willow tree right there. So let's get started. I think I'm just going to go in with a bunch of stripped spruce logs. Let me actually get some other generic spruce materials as well. But I'm just going to go in with just spruce for now, and then I can come back in later and texture with some mangrove, maybe some acacia as well. I don't know if I'll break that in, but also, you know, I have a couple stacks of oak wood here too. But let me just craft up a whole bunch of like slabs and stairs and whatnot so I can actually make these branches look good. I think about right here should be good to start this tree. And I'm just going to build it up a little bit, and then we're going to branch off here to the right just to get a little like curve in the main trunk of the tree. What I've noticed with these weeping willow trees, I did a little research and just, you know, looked up some pictures and stuff. They typically have just like a main trunk going all throughout the tree, and then just off of this, they just have a ton of branches that like swoop down in like a very exaggerated way, you know? I'm gonna try to get that here in Minecraft as best as I can. But we'll do like a small curve, something like that. Nothing too insane. And then let me see if I can get just a couple tree branch designs. And then I can replicate that around the whole thing. This is what's going to be difficult because, you know, my other trees, let me kind of fly over here. My other trees that I've been building, I kind of do like swoop them down a little bit. Like as you can see, these branches come down just like a block or so. But with these weeping willow trees, they're so much more exaggerated with how far they actually curve down. So it might be a little bit difficult to translate this here in the game, but let's see if I can get it done. I'm just going to start with a branch that's going in, you know, just one of the cardinal directions. And once I get this kind of shape down, I could very easily make a diagonal. All right, let me step back. What does this look like? You know, that actually looks pretty good. I feel like that swoops down pretty far there at the end. And I like the trap door like this as like the final little angle down. There's also a lot of zombie piglins in here. Whatever, they can hang out. I like this though. I think that looks good. I don't want to keep it just completely in this direction though, so let me start making it a little bit diagonal here. And the best way to do this is actually said in Mr. Matt Ranger's video on like making oak trees. The best way to like get a good diagonal branch is just to make it completely straight first. And then just whenever you want to come over, build the whole thing right next to it again. So for example, this block right here, I'm gonna just reconstruct the entire thing from this point on. Then you just have to go through and destroy the original part of the branch. And then once you do that, as you can see, the branch gets a little bit more diagonal. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this just a couple times just to make this branch look a little bit more unique. And I also need to remember to add the trapdoor on the bottom. It's just kind of hard to do that from up here. And then that is what the final design is going to look like for this branch. As you can see, it's the same exact pattern I had when it was completely straight, just now it's angled over here. So I like this. I think this actually swoops down pretty low. Let me do this a few more times on this tree, and then we can start throwing on the leaves. And I'm kind of starting to think that maybe the trunk of this tree isn't big enough. That shouldn't be a problem though. I could very easily fix that. I just have to throw in some more spruce. Yeah, I think that height's gonna be a little bit better. This is gonna be a big tree, but that's fine. All right, so that's gonna be the basic idea here for these branches. Let me go around now and put these everywhere. Then I'll be back when I start throwing the leaves on. I think this was like the most brain power I've ever used in making one of these trees. Dude, it took me a while to get all these branches in place, but I actually really like what this tree looks like without any leaves on it. And I feel like that's a good sign, right? I feel like that's a good sign of a tree. But now, I do have to throw the leaves on, and I'll probably come back through and add some more spruce details at some point. But as you can see, most of the branches kind of follow the same pattern. Some of them like arch up more than others, and also I have a couple like really tiny guys just sprinkled around every so often, just to kind of fill out some of the bare sections. I'll probably go back through and add just more of those, but that'll be after the leaves get put on. So let me go grab all the leaves that I have, and I'm deciding to use mangrove in this. Hopefully this won't be a mistake. I actually had leaves on me, I didn't even realize. But I'm deciding to use mangrove and acacia. My plan is to have the mangrove like on the bottom and then the acacia on the top as a very, very subtle highlight. They are essentially the same color, I'm not even gonna lie, but this is just a tad bit darker. I could go with like an extreme highlight, maybe all the way at the top I'll do that, because this is actually a really big tree. I wasn't anticipating to make this tree this big, but I can go through with like some of the azalea leaves or something, maybe sprinkle those in on the top. I'll do that later as well. This is gonna be frustrating as well. And this is probably also going to take a lot of brain power, but I'm going to follow like the same structure that I've followed with every tree so far. And that is just getting a whole bunch of leaves on the ends of the branches and then working my way up. I will obviously come back through then and, you know, drape these leaves down really far. That's like the whole point of this kind of tree. But getting just like a clump of leaves at the end of every branch will just be a good start for now. The first stage of the leaves is now complete for the most part. I think I missed like the small branches down here, but whatever. I'll get to those at the end. Yeah, so I kind of just went to the ends, put some leaves on, tried to get the mangrove at the bottom and the acacia near the top here. Obviously I need way more leaves than this, but I'm just gonna work on like 2 of these branches, I think, on video with you guys right now, and then I can kind of just cut away to the rest. Yeah, I'm gonna work on these 2 branches just right here. You can see I have like a little scaffolding platform for myself. I'm probably gonna need several of these because I'm gonna have to go up and down between the different levels. This is where this is gonna get frustrating really fast, but it should look good in the end. I think this tree is actually gonna look pretty amazing. So I'm just going to come through with all of these mangrove leaves and just drape them down very far. I mean, obviously, right, a weeping willow tree, I want these leaves to come down very significantly. I'm not worrying about the texture right now. I'm just using the mangrove leaves. I will run back through, though, and obviously throw in the acacia and whatnot. I just really want to get the shape, like, completely down. And I think I'm going to have to go underneath my scaffolding here. So hold on, let me destroy this whole platform and remake it. This is what I was talking about. I knew I was gonna have to remake this platform a couple times. I also need to figure out exactly how far up the branches I want to go to, because obviously I don't want to fill this entire thing in with leaves. Like, when you're under the tree, I want to be able to see the branches nicely. I think I'm getting somewhere here, though. Like, that looks pretty good. Maybe just a little bit more on this, like, right side over here, and then I feel like that branch is mostly done. I feel like this doesn't look half bad. Like I said, it's just like 1 block of leaves for the most part. But once I get a couple different leaf colors in here, I think this is gonna look awesome. All right, yeah, I definitely like that. Cool. So that'll be that bottom branch for the most part done. Let me work on this top branch here. Dude, my scaffolding is just everywhere. This looks awful. This is what it's like when you make a big tree, though. All right, yeah, those 2 branches look pretty good. I can maybe bring the top one down a little bit more, but I actually really like how that looks. Awesome. So now that I have the kind of technique down for the leaves, let me go grab all my scaffolding, and then I will throw in the leaves for the rest of the branches here, and then I can come back with like the final touches for the tree. I think I am comfortable with the shape of these leaves. I think this tree is looking pretty good right now, actually. It is quite bare though, and that's what I want to start working on next. My plan is to like texture up the wood, add some roots at the bottom, throw in some like spruce fence gates. I love using those when it comes to trees. And then with these leaves, I want to put in a couple different kinds of leaves as well. I think at the absolute top, I will use some azalea leaves. So I'm gonna have to go harvest some of those. I feel like that'll look really nice up here. But once I do all of that, then the tree will probably be done. And this is going to be pretty much exactly what you've seen me do plenty of times with all the other trees that I've built so far. So let me do like a, you know, a super sick transition. Ready? Watch this. Man, wasn't that just the best transition you've ever seen in your life? That's what it looks like when a genius professional video editor works on a Minecraft video. That's exactly what you get. But anyway, I'm done with the tree, and I like it. We have a little bit more personality now to it. There's a little gradient now going on with the leaves. I have some azalea leaves at the top that leads into the acacia leaves, and then finally into the mangrove leaves. Before it just looked like a big blob of mangrove, but this definitely, I think, makes it look a lot better. Like, it accentuates the branches, I think, more. I don't even know if that's the right word, but it just gives it a better shape. Like, it just is more pleasing to the eye, you know? Actually, let me hop back into free cam. Also, with the wood, I ended up just scattering in some acacia every so often. Just to add a little bit of texture variety to the tree. Looks pretty cool. Have a couple of roots here at the bottom. Oh, I need to cover up this piece. I don't want any orange showing. But a couple roots at the bottom. I built up the base a little bit more too. And I was able to sprinkle in a couple lanterns in a few spots just to light the thing up. And I think this is a nice tree. Honestly, I don't know if it's really a weeping willow anymore. That was my attempt, but maybe the next one I make, I'll try to make the branches just more exaggerated. I don't know. I still think it looks cool though, so I'm definitely not gonna take it down or change it that much or anything. I'm just gonna leave it where it is. I did also like bone meal a lot of the surrounding area. I got rid of most of the flowers like around the tree here, and also I just kind of bone mealed this spot. I'm getting a little lazy when it comes to the, you know, detailing the grass. So I've just kind of been bone mealing lately, but it's fine. If I just bone meal and take away some stuff, I think it looks okay. I do want to go through one of these days and like hand place a lot of grass, but that's something I don't really want to do right now. I mean, I'll do it eventually. I also have a little pathway now connecting up to the Nether portal, and then a pathway walking all the way over to the tree. So I think that's going to be the completed build then for this episode. But there is one thing I still have to do before we end. I completely forgot while recording this video that I asked for name suggestions last time for the skeleton that's over here. It's underneath that dirt pillar right there. And the zombie that's in the boat underneath the spruce tree. I asked for name suggestions last time. They each have a pumpkin on their head. I got them while I was playing on Halloween the one day. So let me go ahead and choose 2 names for our 2 like foe / friends. And this is also a great segue. There's 3 dogs now. I kind of accidentally bred up Mangrove Swamp and Phantom. I was just trying to give them some steak because they looked at me like this. They looked so hungry. So I just kind of gave them each a piece of steak and they bred up, and now we have another pup. So, I need names for the 3rd pup, for Phantom and Mangrove's offspring. But let me grab a couple name tags. Where did I put those? There we go. Okay, let me grab 2 name tags, and let me grab 2... Okay, what? We've had an intruder. Where did the zombie go? My memory can't be that bad, right? I didn't, like, accidentally kill him in this episode, did I? Did I move him? I certainly did not move him. What? Where did he... Huh? There was also a bee in there. I wonder if the bee ended up going back to his family over here. I have a name tag named Boris now. I was gonna name the zombie Boris after Ben Messing 9105's comment. So, I mean, I'm sorry that your name didn't get used. Maybe I'll use Boris in the future. Does this mean the skeleton is also just not going to be here? I thought if they were in a boat, they couldn't go anywhere. But also, where's the boat? The boat's just gone. I must have destroyed it like somehow. I don't know how else it would be not there anymore. The skeleton is gone too. Is it possibly because I updated my game? I wonder if that could be the issue. Well, okay. I have a Jack name tag and a Boris name tag, kind of just chilling around. I got the Jack name tag suggestion from Dakota Clark 6437. Once again, I'm sorry that I didn't use your name. Instead of ending on that somber note, I'm going to throw on some shaders and walk around the area a little bit, and also look at the brand new build for today, just so you guys can kind of see the area in its full glory. That jack-o'-lantern also should not be facing that way, but I'm going to leave it. No, I'm not. I think I'm going to change that. Yeah. Anyway, this is the build for today. Look at it. Ooh, that looks good. That looks so nice. I'm a fan. Yeah, that's a way better nether portal than what I had before. So let's go. Huge upgrade. All right, so now that's fixed. But, you know, one of the downsides of using shaders in this area is that the mine building looks kind of weird. It's very glowy in the roof. So I'm kind of happy that I don't use shaders that often because it looks incredibly strange. But this area looks really cool at nighttime, man. I love the nighttime vibe with shaders on, with the lights in the sky. It's so pretty. But our area's definitely coming along really nicely, dude. And I like that I'm, you know, continuing to expand down this way. We have a nice big tree now on the horizon over here. I can't wait to fill up this entire valley. But thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.